Hell, as our religions describe it, does not exist. It is so wonderful to connect with you on this August day of 2021. And how are you, our dear Lightworkers, our dear way showers? How are you feeling? Increasingly, you are divorcing yourself from the problems, the chaos, the upside-down illogic of the third-dimensional reality. The turmoil, the fear generated by the control system is continuing and increasing. Revelations of the planet Earth corruption, of the workings of the devil, are taking place, and yet mainstream media is not reporting them. It appears that the majority are still deeply entrenched in believing the deception, the untrue story of fear that the media propounds every day. And yet even with all this discombobulation, with all this confusion, all is well on planet Earth. The divine flow, source energy, is in charge. All is playing out as intended by our Creator. And you, our dear Lightworkers, our dear representatives on planet Earth, are in various stages of awakening. It is wonderful to see you coming together, to see how you recognize each other. That steady calm and loving gaze, the lovely gentle smile, the aura of unconditional love that you emanate is beautiful to see. And as you recognize the holiness of yourselves and each other, you feel a wave of loving energy, beautiful goosebumps course through your body. It is wonderful, indeed, to be a higher dimensional being at this time of revelation, of awakening on third-dimensional planet Earth. As we have often said, you have realized all your life that you were different from your brethren. You have wondered why they told you that you could not and should not do the things that came so easily for you to do. They could not understand you. They could not do what you did. You were more efficient in word and deed. You expressed yourself more clearly. You did things more competently. You were from the start of a higher vibration, of a more loving and holy resonance. And yet, so many of you were battered down by the challenging interaction with your low-vibrating, negatively programmed human brethren. They saw you were different, humble and meek, and they took your kindness as weakness and were contemptuous of you. Human beings are physical, biological bodies, eminently programmable bodies, with their holy souls ensconced within that body. They are indeed holy souls, fragments of God, drops of water in the ocean of God consciousness that have decided to have a human experience. Hell, as our religions describe it, does not exist. There is not a place of fire and brimstone that souls go to for everlasting punishment. Instead, it is a life on planet Earth itself that has been hell. But then, here on Earth, all is inverted by the devil that has controlled the earthly environment where truth is claimed to be a lie, and lies are claimed to be the truth. How complicated, how awful, how challenging is life in this dense sphere. What is the devil? The devil is a species of aliens that came to Earth to harvest mankind as their source of energy, as their, so to speak, food source. The devil was set up by the divine to temper, to condition mankind into greater love and a greater knowingness of himself by suffering the opposite of love, by living through fear and degradation. This devil was at a somewhat higher level of resonance, the lower fourth dimensional vibration, from which they could see mankind in his easily programmable state, and they could see how to manipulate, maneuver, control and program humanity into fear, compliance, and submission. Repetition of words and phrases from infancy programmed the biological computer mind. Physical cruelty and violence, extreme physical punishment, created fear. And so over eons of suffering, eons of deception and separation in all areas of human life, mankind became what we see today. The deception perception took place. The divinity of humanity was hidden. In his mind and understanding, man came to know himself as mortal, sinful, incompetent, cruel, and living at the whim of uncontrollable, outrageous fortune. Love receded into the background. The holy soul that inhabited the human body could not communicate with the low, vibrating human physical structure that appeared to be man's unholy reality. And the cycle of reincarnation meant that for generations man came back into this deep, dark, earthly realm to experience fear over and over again. And why did the divine, our creator, source energy, allow this to take place? The divine, or as we call all that is, God, is not a physical bearded being sitting on his heavenly throne dispensing judgment and punishment. God is literally all that is. You are a part of God. We are all a part of God. A part of the divine flow that is God is in all of us. All things material and spiritual, physical and immaterial, are a part of God, an expression of God. There is nothing outside God. As such, you, in your heavenly spiritual reality, outside this earthly physical sphere, planned your life for yourself. You humans are great and powerful spiritual beings. A very small part of what you are is the soul that is ensconced in your human body. You are multidimensional. The larger part of what you are is so powerful that it could not be with you in this earthly journey. You sent this small part of yourself, that is your soul, to planet Earth for this difficult physical experience of being a human, to evolve yourself, to grow yourself, to individuate yourself from all that is. God, with you and your planet Earth life, is creating gods like unto himself. As you go through your days, as you experience the extremes of good and bad, you choose. You decide what you prefer and don't prefer. As physical beings, you explore the territory, the wonderful opportunities that this earthly life provides. And so, with each choice, you individuate your character. You work out your talents, your preferences, your abilities. You become a defined character, a perfect drop of God essence in togetherness and delight with your fellows, yet having your own distinguishing, particularly unique and wonderful characteristics. And this process is occurring for all mankind. Each choice, each preference, each joy, each pain is refining and creating who you truly are. And yet the control system that the devil put in place, the corruption, the pain and violence became extreme to the point where man was on a never-ending cycle of reincarnation. The devil, the controller's hold became too strong for low-vibrating third-dimensional humanity to overcome. He was dumbed down by the poisoning of his food, his air, his water. Medicine and medications further took away his life essence. It seemed that human souls would be trapped forever in the cycle of illness, death, and rebirth into this heavy and dark and devious system. That is where you Lightworkers, you grand and great souls came into play. The call went out in heaven for help, and you, our dear ones, volunteered to come to earth to save mankind. You knew this would not be an easy task. You knew that you would not fit in. You knew that you would be reviled and castigated, admonished and persecuted for what your brethren would see to be your foolish and naive kindness. And so you have not fitted in. You are kind and loving empaths who find it hard to say a harsh word to your brethren. You often take the blame for what they unkindly do. You watch your words. You are careful of your behavior. You too were asleep in this hell that is the planet Earth life. And now it is the time of your awakening. It is time for you to realize the great beings that you are. It is time for your true nature, your holy beingness to be activated. You are beginning to realize who you are. Your holiness shines in your eyes. You are transducers, emanators of love. You feel the waves of love that spread out around you. Planet Earth and its inhabitants are awakening to the truth of their heavenly reality. The deception perception is over. The energies that allow for a higher resonance on Earth, allow for a fifth dimensional vibration to enter here, are bathing the Earth. The Earth, in its cycle of movement around the universe, in what is called the precession of the equinox, is at an astrological point where the energy of love can enter. And so, the Great Awakening, talked of in all the great religions, is taking place. And your biological computer bodies are at such a resonance that they can receive these waves of love that are flooding the planet, and you can incorporate them into your beingness and spread that love out in waves of heavenly vibration to your brethren. Indeed, our dear ones, you are the saviors of the world. Be of good cheer. You are doing what third dimensional humanity could not do. You are saving the world. All is well, and as from day to day to day you awaken more and more, you deal with the dysfunctions, the suffering that this earthly life has given you. You rise in frequency and feel the old, the weary and the worn drop away. You still have challenges. There are no accidents. Each moment of every day you receive the occurrences, the happenings that you need to give you the realization of how you have been negatively programmed. It is time for you to release that earthly programming. Rise up. Realize your wonderful divinity. Live, love, laugh in every now moment. The world is your domain, and the best is yet to come. Yes, our friends, our fellow holy souls, the best is yet to come. As you awaken and arise from your earthly entrainment, indeed, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.